All right, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, right? For all you Trump supporters out there. All right, let's talk about this elephant in the room. First of all, before I get serious, all right, before I get serious, let's really have a conversation about your guys as president, right? Raw dogging a freaking porn star, all right, while he's married, by the way, and had a child on the way. Okay. No condom, no nothing. He just went, like Trump's just freaking on a porn star, bro. All right? And what's up with you Trump supporters out there, like, praising him? Like, it's like weird, you know? Like, oh yeah, Donald, he knows how to get him. Like, you know, like he's the only one that's banged Stormy Daniels, right? Stormy Daniels has been raw dogged many times. That's her job. Her job's to get raw dogged. Like it's not an accomplishment, especially if you're a dude with a lot of money, right? So anyway, and by the way, not the only person he's cheated on his wife with, and raw dogged, by the way. That is insane. I mean, never in my lifetime would I think, man, the president of the United States once raw dogged a freaking porn star. You know, I'm sure Bill Clinton's raw dogged some girls here and there. I'm sure, you know, JFK did it in his day. But man, a porn star, that is insane. That is a first. It's making history, you know. And I also like the Trump supporters, especially like the women Trump supporters that are like denying all this. Like if it's not believable, like, oh no, it can't be. She's making it up because she wants to be famous. Like, okay. But anyway, let's get serious for a moment. I had to just clown Trump for a little bit there. But like all bullshit aside, okay, let me talk about a couple things regarding this that I want to address. All right. Now, not like a lot of the paranoid Trump supporters, I don't care that this is being reported on. Report about it. That's fine. My problem, all right, is how much this is getting reported. You know, there's a lot of important shit going on. You know, you think I care that Donald Trump raw dog freaking Stormy Daniels? You think I care about that? You know? Now, I'll admit, you know, from what I've been reading here, and when you look at the non-disclosed agreement, you know, it does talk about not disclosing anything about paternity, right? So I don't know. Was she told to get an abortion? Was she not told to get an abortion? Who knows, right? Who knows? Now I'm pro-choice, so I'm all for, you know, them making that decision. However, you know, life. You know, Trump will have a lot of explaining to do if there was an abortion involved. Now, it's not really going to matter anyway for anybody who thinks like, oh my God, that's going to hurt him with his supporters. Because they're not going to believe it. Because they don't believe anything. Right? It's like they don't believe anything whatsoever. When the media says Rex Tillerson is almost on his way out, right? You know, fake news. And then guess what? Like 2-3 days later, the dude's out. You know, after Trump said it's a bunch of fake news, it's not true, and then the dude gets fired. Like, haven't you caught on to these patterns by now? Right? Every time it's reported that there's some type of issue or, you know, sides are not getting along, that the leaks, they're real, there's nothing fake about them because they always turn out to be real. But anyway, right? Let's move along. To the media. Let me also address this, by the way. I understand that it's a campaign finance issue, right? You can't use campaign finance to pay a porn star to not go out and tell people that you raw dogged her because it might hurt you in the election. You know, you can't be doing that. However, it's utterly ridiculous, right, that the media is making this big deal and But when I want to talk, or when I want to hear about, you know, it's about the super PACs, and when I want to hear about the legal bribery that goes on in our system where millions and millions of dollars in contributions are made, they don't want to talk about that. But they want to talk about this story because I understand it's a juicy story. You elect a president that's a celebrity. Okay, he's gonna get treated as a celebrity. It's the way of the wind. I get it. All right, so I understand, but that should be a footnote. All right, that should be a footnote. Something should be done, or find somebody or whatever. But there's a lot of more serious campaign finance issues going on. Like, yes, this one's juicy and all that. Okay, but I get it. But there's more campaign finance issues that have much bigger effect, like the fact that corporations can, donate money, and they're considered people, and I could donate all the dark money being funneled into the system. It's people break the rules, or actually, it's been rigged to where what should be illegal is actually legal bribery. And that is a much bigger issue than Stormy Daniels getting her 130 thou, because Donald Trump doesn't want to let people know she got raw dogged by him. All right. But anyway, I know I keep saying this gets serious here, but it's hard to get serious when you don't have a serious president. All right. But let's go ahead and talk about this. What happened? I kept hearing all this horse shit about look at the debt. We got to do something about the debt. Obama he added more to the debt than all the presidents ever combined, and Trump's already added to it. I'm more concerned about that damn spending bill. We just don't got that money. You did the huge tax breaks. You got to cut the spending. That's common sense. Okay? To break it down for you, let's say you get a lower paying job, because how does the government get money? How does it happen? Through taxpayers. Okay? If the government's going to get less money through taxes, we can't spend more. You can't go get a job that's less paying, that pays you less. You can't go from $60,000 a year to $25,000 a year. And expect to spend more. Like, oh yeah, I just got I got a new job. I'm making $40,000, a year less, but I'm gonna get a bigger house. I'm gonna trade in that, Lexus, and I'm gonna get myself a Mercedes. That's not that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. If anything, you gotta downgrade. You can't say the same either. Now, look, we could sit down and say, okay, what should we spend the money on? That's one debate, but you can't spend the type of money you're spending. They're talking about rebuilding the military. So we'd be fucking spending almost more than the 7 next nations combined. All right? And about 5 of them are our ally. Like that is insane. But we got to spend more. Yeah, 50 billion more, and then you got the Democrats giving them more. You think I care about Stormy Daniels? You think I care that Donald Trump raw dogs Stormy Daniels? Look, I get it, but just make the point and move on. Yes, if Barack Obama had raw dogged a porn star, okay, that porn star will be on Fox News all day. So yes, they're hypocrites because they're not reported the same way, and I get all that. Right? Make the point, move on. We got more important things to talk about. I mean, shit. Right now, we got a president where the debate is, I don't believe that he raw dogged her. Come on, he used the condom. He's a smart guy. Like, like when that's like the argument. Like when that's the defense you have, when that's, there's a little bit of an issue there, right? Yes, speaking of, yes, of course they're hypocrites, okay? You got Fox News talking about, well, what about Bill Clinton? Well, what about Bill Clinton? Like, it's not like they're acting like we didn't know about Bill Clinton's affairs, Like we didn't know about Monica Lewinsky. Like everybody knows who Monica Lewinsky is, right? You know, you know what does that mean? And he got impeached for it. Okay, the dude got impeached, all right, because he got a blowjob, okay, by a freaking intern, which was consensual, by the way, right? Now, yes, are there claims of sexual assault from Bill Clinton? Do I believe that some of those are true? Well, yeah, but there's also sexual assault claims, you know, against Trump. You know, it's like the dudes are just the fucking same dude. It's insane, you know. But anyway, I don't see anybody, you know, attacking Melania and telling her why she's defending her man the way, you know, Hillary was defending her. I don't even like the Clintons, right? But anyway, right? Yes, of course, the Republicans are a bunch of hypocrites, all right? If Barack Obama had raw dogged the porn star, right, that would be, okay, all over it. And don't doubt it for a minute. He would have been impeached, okay? I'm not saying they would have successfully gotten him out of office. Okay, I don't think they had the numbers for that. But he would have been impeached. They would have done everything possible to embarrass him. And to be honest with you, if he did, in fact, raw dog a porn star, it's embarrassing, all right? So anyway, so he raw dogged the porn star. Let's move on, okay? Let's talk about important issues, okay? Why doesn't the media report about the famine going on in other parts of the world? Is that not important? Why doesn't the media talk about what's happening right now in the Sudan? People are starving there. They're getting bombed there. Kids, children, along with adults, male and female, are getting killed by the damn Saudis, which we are selling cheap weapons to for cheap oil. Why aren't they talking about that? Could it be because of the influence that Saudi Arabia has? So you think I care about Trump raw dogging Stormy Daniels? Trump could raw dog a porn star every day if he did something about that damn spending bill he just put out. Trump could raw dog whoever the hell he wants as long as he took us out of the Middle East and you know, took us out of all these, you know, occupying all these locations and being all over, you know, military all over the world. And let's get our military out of these countries. Why are we there? Ask yourself this question. Why are we in Japan? What's the point? Why are we in Germany? World War II was like forever ago. We're almost going to reach a century. We're just spending money there. You see, when Trump says these things like, oh, we're just spending all this money, we're giving $1 billion a year to Pakistan, and we're giving this and that, we've got to fix our infrastructure. It's all talk. It's all talk. It's all lip service. Right? Not the type of lip service he was giving, you know, Stormy Daniels, like, you know, but, you know, the type of that I care about. All right? You know, how can all these, you know, people that claim they're Christian and all this, like, support what we are doing militarily? Like, when you really educate yourself and you see what's happening, how could you support that? Right now, we're dropping bombs in 10 countries. You think I care about the raw dogging that Donald Trump is doing on Stormy Daniels and on some other women that have said he had unprotected sex with them? This dude raw dogged Stormy Daniels and then went home to Melania, raw dogged her, all right? While she was pregnant, probably, all right? It's terrible. You know, it's, think of the possibilities, but that's none of my, I don't give a shit. Whatever, maybe Melania likes it. Okay, I don't know, right? Maybe they have an open relationship. They just don't tell everybody. You know, maybe you don't think Melania's getting some action on the side? Like, you don't think, come on now, right? Of course she is. You know, but I don't care. But the media is obsessed with, why doesn't Trump talk about this? Like, you've asked him, just say he had no comment. What happened to the president has no comment? Okay, next story. The CNN, you have to have a whole freaking 30-minute show about how Donald Trump hasn't said anything about the Stormy Daniels situation? Really? Do you have to have wall-to-wall coverage about this? Is it necessary? Fox News, you have to have wall-to-wall coverage about how Stormy Daniels is not reliable because she's a porn star. Okay. Let's talk about issues that matter. Right? People that are having a hard time paying their bills right now, that don't have health care, right? That, you know, are having a hard time finding a good paying job. They don't care about Stormy Daniels getting boned down by Donald Trump raw. They don't care about that. It's irrelevant. Just like I didn't give a fuck that, you know, Monica Lewinsky sucked off freaking Bill Clinton in the Oval Office. I didn't care. Oh, but it was in the Oval Office. Like, you know, people be making it sound like the White House is this sacred place, you know. I mean, you would think like Jesus Christ got crucified there or something. I mean, holy damn, that's where he resurrected or something. You know, the way they talk about the White House. You know, the main difference about Bill Clinton and Trump is that at least Trump didn't do it in the White House. Like, you think I give a shit? Okay, that's what you're saying because you know you have a double standard on the situation. Okay. That's all it is. Sean Hannity, a guy who wanted Bill Clinton out of office because he had the affair, right? Is now defending this dude. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? The double standards are crazy, right? But these dudes on TV, man, they don't want to talk about serious issues. They don't want to report to you, what our military is doing around the world. They don't want to tell you what's going on. I mean, you think it's all a show. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, CBS News, all of them, right? Praising Trump, right? All over the place. Oh, Trump, today he became a real president. Why? Because he ordered airstrikes in Syria, right? That's why. And they played the whole but they gas kids. That's the line you don't cross. Yeah? If killing kids is the line you don't cross, then what do you have to say about what Saudi Arabia is doing to kids in neighboring countries right now? What do you have to say about that? You know why they don't talk about what, most Americans, most of you listening to this right now, you don't know that we're dropping bombs in 10 countries and we're indirectly involved in even other countries that we're selling weapons to. You don't know that because the media doesn't report about that. They want to talk about this. They want to talk about the Stormy Daniels stuff. They want to talk about the juicy stories. They're fighting for ratings, not for credibility. And that's why the media has lost a lot of credibility. They don't want to report what's happening right now. You have people still right now in Michigan that don't have clean water. Unclean water. All right? Filthy water. Toxic water. I care more about that and how it's harming people in our own country than Donald Trump going down on some filthy Stormy Daniels pussy. I just care more about that. It's more important to me. Why aren't they there in the ground? Why doesn't CNN send a reporter to people's homes? Open the faucet with a camera so people could see the dirty running water. Why don't you do wall-to-wall coverage about that? Why don't you send reporters to these countries that are getting bombed? Why don't you report about that? You don't have to have an agenda to report the news. You just have to be there. And you just have to have the cameras. I'm not saying you can't editorialize. I'm not saying you can't have opinions, okay, on some, you know, you want to report the news and then have a round table and talk about it and have different opinions or whatever for the last 10 minutes. That's fine. But you could still report the damn news. And they don't do that. They have the, you know, they have everything. They have helicopters, okay? They have resources all over the world, especially CNN. CNN has reporters all over the world, and they use them to do a 30-minute rundown of what's happening around the world. Okay, while they have wall-to-wall coverage about Stormy Daniels, and I remember like when Ebola comes out and like 2 people get sick, they talk about that. I mean, this is getting utterly ridiculous. Right? Why wasn't CNN there, you know, when the pipelines was getting forced on native lands? Why weren't they there? Now, could it be because a lot of the bigwigs that own, like Time Warner and CNN, have stocks in a lot of these pipeline companies? Could it be that the military does a lot of funding for all of these national cable news outlets? Could it be? You know, I mean, because, you know, when you watch those Army commercials and Navy commercials, and that's a lot of money. That's revenue for them. Could it be that maybe, just maybe, that's why they're so pro-war? That's why they feed you that propaganda, and it does all types of things, right? The reason our budget is so out of whack is because of all that military spending, okay, that we're using to bomb and kill innocent people around the world. But nobody wants to talk about that. They'll rather talk about this damn president raw dogging a damn porn star.